Hello everyone, this is Hierophania. Welcome back for some more of The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Previously, Davilas wrapped up the primary Dawnguard questline with the quest Kindred Judgment. He defeated Lord Harkon. Now we're back at home, in Lakeview Manor, and we'll get started on the Dragonborn DLC with the first quest, Dragonborn. We have to travel to Solstheim to find out about some cultists that want Davilas dead, led by someone named Miraak. This quest starts after you first visit Hrothgar to meet the Graybeards for the quest to the Way of the Voice.
You're home! Could I get a few gold to spend, please?
Hey, Sam. Sure, buddy.
You're the best. Thanks.
Still here. I am sworn to carry your burdens. Let's get going then.
Recharge these for you. Enchanting goes up.
I am at your command. You lead, I'll follow.
Alrighty. Now to go to Windhelm and seek passage to Solstheim. And I'll go with Arvak. to Windhelm first.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you.
Gjalund Salt-Sage.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
What happened? Why won't you go back?
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. That's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim.
Yes, you are. You're taking me to Solstheim.
Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there.
You owe me. Those cultists you brought here tried to kill me.
All right, you have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
I'm no fan of the sun. It would be better.
Alright. So we're sailing to Solstheim. A lovely corner of Morrowind.
Well, here we are. This is Ravenrock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
Sure hope so. Now in Ravenrock. Search for info about Miraak. And the first time you arrive on Solstheim, you earn the trophy, Outlander. Arrive on Solstheim.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Ravenrock, Outlander. State your intentions.
Hello, Admiral. I'm looking for Miraak. Do you know him?
Miraak, I'm not sure that I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions?
You know who Miraak is?
I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it.
Can you tell me anything about him?
I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think. I'm not sure what.
Earthstone, huh? Why are you so suspicious of visitors?
I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern.
Has security been an issue?
This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down.
What do your titles mean?
Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced.
Raven Rock is purely a Dunmer settlement.
Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. When House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home.
Very well. What is the city of Blacklight?
Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there.
The Argonians invaded Morrowind.
Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives. Many more were exiled from their homeland.
I see.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
We were delayed by bad weather. Before you even ask, yes, have the supplies you requested. But what? This load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Gjalund, you know we don't have that much cotton.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again. And there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laeral. I'll see what we can do.
Northern Maiden, ship-shape and ready to go.
Don't worry about rushing it. Just pay me when you can.
How long have you been a sea captain?
I've been sailing the Northern Maiden across the Sea of Ghosts for nearly 20 years now. Might be time to find a new home port, though, the way things are going around here.
And we can talk to him for passage back to Skyrim.
May the wind be at your back, friend.
Thank you, sir. And also, we can use this to go back to Skyrim. Now then, for Dragonborn, let's go investigate that shrine.
If you're looking for work, the mine's been closed for a long time.
Interesting object. The Earthstone.
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
I'm looking for someone named Miraak.
Miraak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. Miraak's been dead for thousands of years.
Whoa, what does that mean?
I'm not sure. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Miraak's toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
Alright. Reach the Temple of Miraak. What are these people doing?
Building something, clearly. And yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
Have you tried to stop this?
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out.
What can you tell me about Morrowind?
When the city of Vivec was destroyed, it took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again. It is the only place where silt striders can be found. Although I managed to transplant a few here when I arrived. The ignorant think it is only a place of ash and lava. It has rolling green plains and swamps and verdant hills too. Red Mountain dominates the island. Every now and then, ash and debris from an eruption land on our shore.
Charming.
There is the big island of Vardenfell and the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Vardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself. You are too young to remember the Nerevari. He defeated Dagorhur and saved us all from the Blight.
The events of the Elder Scrolls III Morrowind.
It's the homeland of the Dunmer. The lesser races call us Dark Elves. We built great works there, like Vivec and Aldruin. Many of them are destroyed now, either by Red Mountain or the Argonian invasion.
So we've met Neloth. Now we have to reach the Temple of Miraak. Over to the east. Might as well check this out. The Earthstone.
And when the world shall see.
That seems inadvisable.
And when the world will cease.
Remembers. That you
Fascinating.
have
By
forgotten.
touching the stone, you appear to have fallen under whatever influence is affecting the others.
Huh.
That you might remember.
Here we reclaim.
I wonder how long this effect will last. Perhaps it is permanent, as we
Far from yourself.
Ever near to us.
Curious.
Now,
That would be... so you are able to resist the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating.
Our hands once were
I
idle.
would not advise touching the stone again. The effects of repeated contact could be...
Does he speak?
Unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation. It could be very enlightening to observe you.
Okay. A slight bug. Keeping Miraak's dialogue up.
And when the world shall listen,
Quite strange.
when the world shall see,
Nirnroot grows here as well. So, let's see if we can find Miraak's temple. Uh-oh. Ash spawn. Started March of the Dead. Kill the Ash spawn attacking Captain Velith. March of the Dead. Now to speak to Captain Velith.
What is it?
I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my map here.
What were those things?
Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped.
How did that bring you to this old farm?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I'd be glad to lend you a hand.
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Very well. Where do I begin?
We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
Alright. Search the Atius farm for clues. What are these ash spawn?
No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago. But I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back.
How often do they attack?
We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses.
You suspect there's a motivation to their attacks?
Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us. And we need to find out who or what it is.
Do you know someone called Miraak?
I might know someone. Or maybe not. I can't remember.
Just tell me if you know him.
I can't. I just can't be sure. I think maybe he had something to do with a temple. A temple here on the island. Does that help?
Maybe. Why do you think the attacks are from the Atius farm?
I don't. All I know is that the ash spawn are coming from this direction. So this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family.
How long has the farm been abandoned?
Not sure. I was told it was an old Imperial farm that was wiped out by the eruption of the Red Mountain. Not certain who lived there. It was already a pile of rubble when I arrived in Raven Rock.
Very well, Captain.
Report back to me if you discover anything unusual.
March of the Dead. Search the Adius farm for clues. Declaration of war. Huh. Give this note to Captain Veloth.
Have you found something?
I discovered this note on one of the ash spawn.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Falx Carius, but that's impossible.
Impossible? Why?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
What do you want me to do?
If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm going to head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults.
Very well. Kill General Falx Carius.
Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
Kill General Falx Carius. Over at Fort Frostmoth. Seems to be on the way. Rodolf's house. Fort Frostmoth. One ash spawn dead. Ten zillion to go.
An invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourself for an ambush. Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Are all the enemies dead? That entrance needs a key. This one doesn't. Into Fort Frostmoth. Plenty of ore on these guys. This goes out to Solstheim. A guard tower. Oh, hello. Some more goodies. They seem to disintegrate when they die. Well, hello. Enough of that. And that requires a key. Ultimate Magicka and Stamina Potions. More critters. Flame-cloaked spiders.
Who's there? Who's there?
Icky. Ruby Geode. Albino Spider. Isn't that charming? Heartstone deposit. Anyone home? Fort Frostmoth Key. Ildari's Journal. Oh dear. Ebony Sword of Petrifying. Interesting. Nice that it opens with the key. A few helpful things. Is that him? The General.
Where'd you...
The General's dead. So long, General. Champion's Cudgel. Alright. Taking out the General. Goes back out to Solstheim. Some more ore. Healing stuff. Death brand. Search for the treasure of Haknir Deathbrand. Pension of the Ancestor Moth. Glories and Laments. The House of Troubles. The Falmer a Study. A doll. So we've defeated General Falk's Carius. Now to go back to the captain. Back out to Solstheim. Thanks to the key. Cleared the fort. Now to find Captain Veloth back in Raven Rock. Hello, mon capitaine.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
I killed General Carius.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius's exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
So, this is Raven Rock.
He'll no longer send Ashspawn to Raven Rock.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Carius. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
A bunch of gold. March of the Dead complete. Is it difficult commanding the Red Run Guard?
It can be. Even the most experienced warriors can fall prey to petty distractions. They usually didn't amount to much, but they make my job that much harder.
Petty distractions?
Some of my own men have become quite accustomed to a spirit they called Emberbrand wine. Despise the stuff myself. It's powerful and tremendously addicting. I've seen men fail to finish even a single flask. If I knew where they were stashing the bottles, I'd put an end to it myself.
I could track down the stash for you.
You would? That would be helpful. I just don't have time to do it myself right now.
Locate the hidden stash of Emberbrand wine in Raven Rock. Any idea where I can begin?
They're too smart to have left it in the bulwark. I'd search one of the abandoned houses on the outskirts of town.
What's the unusual armor you're wearing?
Ah, this is bone mold armor. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say? It's fashioned from actual bone that's been reinforced with a resin-like material and then shaped to form the armor plating. It might appear brittle, but I'd wager it could stop the blow of a weapon better than iron or steel.
Who are the Redoran Guard?
All of the soldiers in this town are Redoran Guard. Some of the best warriors that House Redoran has to offer. I've spent quite a few years honing their skills, and I can assure you they're not just your average city guard.
Why have such elite soldiers on this island?
To protect Councillor Morvain, of course. He has quite a few friends on the council back in Morrowind, and they wanted to ensure his safety while he was here. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to discuss it.
Very well.
find me that stash of wine. I'm itching to be rid of it.
So, to find a hidden stash of Ember brand wine, for now, we might as well try to find the Temple of Miraak. Ramshackle trading post. Kagrumez. Dwemer Ruin. The Temple of Miraak. Dragon skeletons.
That world will cease to be.
Hmm.
Here in his temple.
Most curious.
They have forgotten.
Here do we toil, that we might remember. By night we reclaim.
What by day was stolen.
Far from ourselves.
Hmm.
Grows ever to us.
Can you hear me?
Dragonborn complete.
Leave this place.
Started the Temple of Miraak. Alright. Talk to Freya. Dragonborn complete. And next time, we'll talk to Freya. This is Heorot Linnea. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.